My name is Orla Foley. I joined Options 7 years ago as a placement student and now I'm part of the Managed Co-location Operations team.
My name is Liam Fagan. I joined Options as a placement student and I now manage our support team that's based in Belfast.
Hi, my name's Ciara Coney. I joined Options as a placement student in 2015 and now I am Systems Engineer on the server build team.
I'm Jane Eastwood. I joined Options as a placement student 7 years ago and I'm now a networks engineer based in Belfast.
One of my career highlights has been moving to London for 2 years to work alongside the engineering and business teams. Moving to the financial hub that is London meant I was getting exposure to parts of the business that I wouldn't have otherwise, but I was also gaining the practical skills needed in a much more technical role.
My favourite place to travel with Options has most definitely been New York. I spent roughly 6 months there on my placement year and then moved there for 3 years after graduating. Living and working with colleagues who've become some of my best friends in a city like New York has been one of the most rewarding and life-changing experiences Options has given me.
Travel is obviously a big part of the training at Options and one of my personal favourites was travelling to New York. I spent a total of 6 months getting to enjoy everything a city like New York has to offer, but it was also such an eye-opening time in my career because it helped me better understand the technology, projects and teams that I would later be a part of.
When I took on board the team lead role, it was my responsibility to help modernise our graduate and placement training programme. Having been there as a placement and a graduate student myself, I had a good sense of what the actual training programme needed. There are so many different pathways for your career progression here at Options, and with the technical support desk being one of the first teams that you'll actually join. With our official training programme, we now have the tools and resources necessary, not only to help those succeed in their roles, but also have the guidance and to take the next step in their career, whatever that may be.
Even though Options has grown to be the size it is today, it has still maintained and developed the same sense of community that it had when I started. One of the most noticeable changes has been the leadership that has really nurtured the team and given everyone, myself included, a platform to succeed. I think this sets Options apart from other places to work in that it strives to ensure everyone feels valued and recognised no matter who they are.
Over the last 7 years, I've got to see how Options has grown, not only as a business but also as a place for people to develop their skills and learn in-house. Personally, a big part of my own learning has come through the automation infrastructure that we use. So scripting and software development are areas that Options enabled me to learn more about, but also use on a daily basis.
While having studied IT at university, I never really felt fully competent in the practical stuff until having joined Options. I spent nearly 4 years on the technical support desk, and even though I found networks to be the most challenging, I was given the opportunity to try my hand at it. Options encourages everyone to become experts in their field, and I think that this was the push that I needed to develop my technical skills and tap into my real potential.
Over this past 7 years, I've not only noticed big changes on the company side of things, but also on a personal level. I've developed my confidence, decision making and leadership skills. The vast majority of our senior executive team is actually made up of our student and graduate intake, and I think that's not only testament to the work ethic within Options, but also the leadership opportunities that we make available to everybody. The best bit of advice I would give to anyone when joining Options would be to think of a way to make the lives of your peers a lot easier. And certainly the most important one for me would be the desire to learn and maintain that curiosity throughout your career.
Career development is a huge part of Options culture, which means bringing a lot of your ideas, initiative and personality to the role. So experience and technical knowledge are skills that you will gain, as long as you're willing to show enthusiasm and throw enough of yourself into the role.
My advice would be to keep an open mind and don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Each of us started out on the technical support desk and now we're in really different roles, which goes to show that you won't be limited in the things that you can do within Options.
Going from a placement student in Belfast to being the team lead in New York, I've now moved home to be a networks engineer, so that kind of opens the door for different travel opportunities. A couple on the top of my list would be Singapore, New Zealand and maybe even a wee trip over to Toronto.
This year, now that travel has opened up again, I hope to visit our data centres in Toronto and Chicago and then go to meet up with the rest of our team in New York.
So I have a few big plans in the works. One of them is hopefully moving to New York to help lead our co-location operations team. Besides that, Options Women in Tech Committee is one of our newer initiatives, which I'm really proud to be part of, and I'm excited to see how that develops over the next 7 years.
Outside of travel, we're obviously a very sociable company and we're trying to get back face to face where we possibly can. It's obviously going to involve a lot of travel. Apart from that, a main target of mine would be to develop our training and coaching initiatives. We've grown massively as a company over this past while, and this year especially I want to ensure that our younger teammates and new staff members have the same guidance and opportunities available to them that we did whenever we started out 7 years ago.